Right, so going on to the midfield, I think we can just get through the two that we've
Yeah,
agreed on, and I'm surprised that
yeah.
we've agreed on two straight from the get go. Actually, I thought there'd be a little bit more variation, and the reason I put this player in is I think if you think of all time Premier League captains, I think Roy Keane is the one in terms of he was there from obviously became captain in the late 90s and did it all the way through to 2005. And I know it didn't end well at Manchester United in terms of his opinions, but I think in terms of he brought them to the Champions League, countless FA Cups, League Cups, and then like 5 Premier Leagues. Like if you could pick one player to play in your midfield and to run it and dictate it, then Roy Keane's the one. And again, there's times of obviously aggression and stuff like that. You think, oh, maybe it's a bit over the top, but sometimes that's what you want from your captain. That's what you want from your stalwart of your team.
Do you think Roy Keane is an interesting one? Is underrated or overrated?
I think compared to modern day players, underrated.
Mm.
I wouldn't say he's over. I only put him into the overrated category is when people think because of how he is as a pundit, and they go, "Oh, I'll pick him because of what he's like as a pundit." When you actually look at his playing, kind of what he was achieving and what he was actually doing. I mean, you could look. I know that probably, obviously, you're probably only slightly more in kind of an era of watching him a bit more, but from watching like the Premiership years and stuff like that, like there's one man who dominated a lot of the segments for Manchester United, and that was Roy Keane.
He was the glue, wasn't he? He was the glue that just held everything together. Yeah, different class. For me, he was. Well, I mean, to be honest, the other one we've agreed with were probably like my two straight in. Yeah,
No, let's
can't be
go. Well, let's go
arguing.
in. Yeah, let's go into your one then. So you've gone for we've had the highest scoring defender, and now it's the highest scoring midfielder.
Yeah, so everyone goes on about the debate for Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes. For me, when you look at it in terms of numbers, and that's what I'm solely looking at this, Frank Lampard is head and shoulders above both of them. Head and
Mm-hmm.
shoulders above both of them. And he's always the third on the list. Everyone either goes for Gerrard if they're Liverpool bum boy or fanboy, should I say, not bum boy. And then, and everyone goes for Scholes if they're Man United or they hate Liverpool. But no one ever goes for Gerrard. Lampard. He was just. I mean, the fact is he wasn't even a 10, he was an 8, and the amount of goals that he scored from midfield, he drove that Chelsea team in an era with Chelsea under Mourinho where they didn't have a striker that scored bag loads of goals. That's when Drogba was coming into. You had like Johnson who pitched in with a few, Crespo maybe. I feel they never had someone who was getting 25, 30 goals a season. And Lampard was
Yeah.
driving that team. When you think of the 2 goals he scored against Bolton when they won the league for the first time, he just drove that team. He just drove that team, and he didn't even need to be in the game, but you knew he'd pop up. His runs, his like movement, the way he would stand out the box, he was just brilliant. Great striking him. For me, when you look at the best 11 of the Premier League and his contribution to the Premier League, name another midfielder, even a number 10 midfielder who can bang that amount of goals, and it's impossible. And and the fact that he's won, what did he win? He won 4 Premier Leagues, 4 Premier Leagues with Chelsea. At least 4, I think. So
Mourinho twice, and then
was it not Mourinho 3
yeah,
times? No, the second spell. We're talking.
oh yeah, twice. Then the third
Yeah.
under Mourinho
Yeah, he
again,
won
and
on
then
Ancelotti in 2009-10. Chelsea fans will know more than me, but yeah, I mean, Jack, surely I know you agree with this one as well.
no. So yeah, I think you've taken everything else probably would have said as well. So they're the mainstays from kind of mine and Aron's 11 in midfield. Moving on to kind of the third choice, and you could probably say again that I've kind of gone down the category of oh yeah, they're all say this one. I know you've mentioned them in your spiel a minute ago with Lampard that it's Steven Gerrard, and I think again when we go along kind of what we've kind of said with the likes of your Ferdinands and Terry's, Lampard's. I think that Gerrard has to kind of go in as well. I think kind of the longevity of his career, his dead ball goals, his important goals for the club. I was about to say one man club. Obviously, that wasn't the case because he left to go to LA Galaxy. But I don't know. I just feel like he was kind of. I think if we go back to the underrated debate in terms of Keane, I think you could say Lampard was underrated as well. Because I think that most players in the school playground wanted to be Gerrard, especially that with the Predators, and everyone wanted that long range strike. I think that's why typically Gerrard will come into the debate straight away.
So my argument would be, what impact did Gerrard make in the Premier League? The Champions League, yes, he made an impact. Olympiacos, starting the comeback in the final, driving a poor Liverpool team on. What did he do at Liverpool? He got them into the top four, and his slip cost Liverpool the game against Chelsea, which ultimately cost them the league. What did he do in the Premier League? Nothing. He was the best player in a crap team for Liverpool standard. In terms of the best Premier League 11, I don't think he gets anywhere near it in terms of Premier League impact. I really don't. If it was a Champions League one, I could maybe make an argument for it. But literally,
No, I get the point.
I don't. Yeah, he had a couple really good years when Torres was there, when the partnership was there, and even that year 08-09 when he was firing and he blew his kit, they're kissing to the camera when they beat Man United and stuff. Still finished second. They still didn't win the league. They still bottled it.
I suppose he had resurgences throughout his kind of Liverpool career. Kind of came off number 17 on the back, and then he kind of pivotal there. But then he had his mostly spell under Benitez. I was about to say Reina. Then I was about to say Jose Reina. No, under Benitez. I was thinking bold Spanish man. And then again probably with kind of the Suarez era. I know that's the end of his career, and that's probably his last probably good season. But
that was Suarez. That was Suarez that got them that close. And Gerrard, at the end of the day, was known for that slip.
Yeah. I think again, obviously, you pulling it back into modern day. I think there's probably no arguments probably with your one in reality. I'd say.
Yeah, it's funny because people don't talk about him that way, because I don't know what it is. Maybe it's his lack of personality or lack of presence. I don't really know. But even when I was going through it, I forgot about him. And the time of recording, he just come back from injury, 5 months off, and the 25-minute cameo the weekend, changing the games. Kevin De Bruyne. For me, okay, he had a shite time at Chelsea, but didn't really get a good look in. But I think he's different
run of games there.
Yeah, but I think he's different level. Like, technically, he's just different level. The assists, the goals, the passing. I think he's a cut above the rest. He's got a bit of Gerrard, Lampard, and Scholes.
Yeah.
I think he's got the technical ability of Scholes and the passing range. He's got the goal scoring instinct of Lampard, and then he's just got that presence and drive and big moments like Gerrard did. I think he's that combination of the three. And in terms of modern day, his numbers speak for himself. There's no Man City titles without De Bruyne. There's just not. When they signed him for 55 million off Wolfsburg, there was all like, what is this? What a waste of money that is. Remember Paul Merson's like, this guy that look what the world was coming to. They're spending 55 million on a Chelsea reject. But now look, I don't think you can look past him. De Bruyne.
You probably are right. He probably does go under the radar, because I mean he does. It's not like he's a player that kind of, he's not a party animal. He's not kind of outspoken within the media. He's not kind of any traits that maybe some of the players in this list have. That he doesn't have like the quality presence, but also like an off-field presence, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, he just gets on with it. He just gets on. I mean, like, even with the stuff with Courtois and him and his wife or girlfriend, whatever. Like, you just don't really hear about him. You just don't really hear about it in the news, really.
Well, yeah, I'm happy to go. I'm happy to go with him. Happy to go.
Yeah,
with him.
look,
especially kind of.
Yeah, Gerrard is a great player. I'm just saying that he is great, but for the purpose of a best 11, I just don't think it's close to getting in.